Hi, guys. Welcome to Robin Hood Diaries again today. As always, I enjoy and welcome and appreciate your valuable time. Now, let's jump into it because this is not going to be like some boring, oh, Sean had 150 clients a month and what a grind. This, among other things, believe it or not, is going to dovetail with Little House on the Prairie. And, well, I'll let you know soon. So, when I say clinical work, that was like literally in clinics. So I'm always talking about my clinical work, whatever. Well, that was in clinics, like doing blood work, flushing out IVs, doing counseling. I was trained by the Centers for Disease Control to do all that. So that was clinical work. But this is social work case management. So this is the first time I'm thrown into like a, quasi-governmental place where I had to count for every second of my time with 150 people per month. Now, this is like, I was straddling three counties, so I'm not going to bore you with where I was, how I got there, whatever. I am now in what is called Foothill AIDS Project. Now, of course, I would say 80% of my work, as a social worker and a pseudo clinical whatever, because I'm not licensed and I don't have certified hours, even though I have 2,800 hours. Of clinical work. So this is my first place. So I get hired by this doctor lady who is the executive director of this agency. Beautiful African-American woman, not that that matters, but, lovely for her age. Very charming. I mean, she hired me right out of the gate. She was like, lovely, 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 taking me to lunch and whatever. Well, a week after I get fired, she gets fired because she faked her credentials. She was not a doctor. PhD. Now, obviously, they would have known medical like instantly. So she's gone. So who takes the position to run the agency's, executive directors, basically what it's called in these environments was the board, the president of the board. Now, as an aside, this is the coolest executive director I've ever worked for because he protected me. And I'll just a quick aside on that is that I was hell on wheels. As a social worker, I was like barracuda because this was this was the AIDS crisis. This is still like, mid to late 90s at the outside. So yeah, I was a barracuda with doctors. I would all bold, like fawn, like give me the fucking medical records now. I can't go to Social Security. I can't get Section 8 housing. And doctors were doctors. Some were doctoring and being doctors. And so I was not liked within the medical community at that level, but my executive director, point of this part of the story, always protected me. Doctors would call the AIDS with the organization, like get rid of him, get him out of my hair. Like I was like a wasp in everybody's beehive, and he would turn to me and we would laugh because we were on the same mission. So I'm doing my case management. Like I said, it's 125 to 150 clients every month. Of course, the turnover is, it's 125, 150 because most of my clients were dying or dead soon. I hate to tell you this, but this is how it was. One day you have a client, the next day you have a coffin. So I'm doing this. Now we have to account because this is like, county work. Like, you have to, compliance is everything. Like a social worker sits there in an organization and part of it is like literally waiting for somebody in the county to walk through the door because they can at any time and yank all your time cards and sit on your floor, which they did. The lady that actually helped train me with the county was an auditor kind of person. So all the time cards were all over the floor, all the contracts, and then they would just make sure that everything matched up. Not like a calculator, but, accounting for time. Because every 15 minutes, I was clocked as an increment of service.